All right, and welcome to Story Circle Toys. This is my first and most unprepared video. So we have my first guest today, one of the people that I thought would be my first guest, and we have Melody, or better known just as Melody Likes. She is a toy entrepreneur. Let's frame it that way. She's also responsible for, I suppose, really getting me back getting me into toy collecting, and by extension of that, me actually going, I should record some of this stuff. So, yeah. So here is Melody. Look, let's just go. Right, tell me a little bit about Melody, where you live, uh, how you are, how you got to this point. Give me the basics on Melody.
Cool. Well, thank you first and foremost for having me on the show and for being the very first guest. This is what a privilege. Um, about me. So, Melody Likes, I started the business on the 1st of May 2024. So, prior to that, I was a contractor. So, ugh, great money, but really hard work. And I was always stressed and getting sick. And I was just over that life. And I thought, what do I like doing? Melody likes buying things. So shopping has always been a passion of mine and
Yeah,
toys. And so I actually had very small collection of stuff already that I'd kind of bought maybe a year before Star Wars and some dolls. And then I thought, oh, I wonder where I can take this to. And Melody Likes was born. So I started on Facebook, which is basically where all my customers are.
Mhm.
Um, I import everything mostly from the United States, a little bit from the UK and Canada, and I just started buying in New Zealand. And I've got tons of lines. Like Barbies are probably the the largest amount of stock that I have and the most popular. And then there's Star Wars and pretty much everything that I bring in is stuff I like, literally Melody like. So some people, ask, oh, can you get this in? And I, 9 times out of 10, I try and find stuff for people, but most of the time, I've got strawberry shortcake. You can't see behind the scenes here, but I've got an entire table full of toy strawberry shortcakes and everything, Flintstones, you name it, I've got it. So that's kind of how it started, and also the joy, I guess, that it brings other people. Like I've done big shows in Auckland that you go to, Alan, the
Yeah,
retro event, which is coming up in November, everyone.
yeah. And
And
you are a major
I am a
sponsor of the
sponsor,
event.
yes. I'm a sponsor. Like they do really cool stuff there. And, I've got shelves and shelves and shelves of Barbies, and I just see people come up and, grown women squealing and getting excited and running up to the shelves and then sitting on the ground with partners or friends and going through the Barbies and just being able to talk to them about their memories and the nostalgia. And I get that a lot. And I think for a lot of people in this business, that's probably the biggest driver is that kind of joy. And like
And
for you, Ellen,
and some children too. I was going to say,
and
and
children.
kids buy
Yes,
toys too.
yes,
I know
yes.
my daughters have enjoyed your B mainly have got has got Pokemon cards off you,
Yes.
but Evie got a very lovely Frozen doll as well.
Her doll.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so it's mainly targeted towards adults, but absolutely kids. So part of my side hustle is I've got Melody Likes, which is uh, retro and vintage toys and collectibles. And I also have Melody Likes cards, where I sell trading cards, mostly Pokemon,
yeah.
old school, like
Which is probably where we first connected through the
mm,
Flesh and Blood TCG because
yes,
I worked for LSS and you played for a couple of years and now retired. You retired at the height of your fab career after a big event. You hired at the you let go at the height of your career, so like you went out victorious. Let's
thanks.
put it
Well,
that
I
way.
plan on coming back. The reason I got out of it is because of my business.
Hmm.
My whole entire life has been my business, so I need to find some time because Fish and Bud was my everything. And I still love the game and the people, but I've missed a year and a half, and it's still an incredible game. Everyone out there who's listening, go and have a look.
Yeah,
Fabtcg.com.
yeah, we'll put it in there. So all right, that's where you are at the moment,
Mm.
and I'm sure there's a few other things you'll probably mention about where business is going. But where did your love of toys start? Take me back to I don't know your first Christmas that you can remember, or what was precious to you? What was your collecting? Well, maybe not collecting because I mean, kids collect. I remember collecting as a kid, but I wouldn't have called myself as a collector as a child.
No.
But where did it start for you?
So the first Christmas that I can actually remember was horrific. So this is a bit of a story. So my mum likes, I don't know if you can see behind me, there's a lot of Dean Koontz, Stephen King. She likes horror books.
Yeah,
And so when I was very small, she had a book called Magic, and on the cover of this paperback book was a ventriloquist doll with a knife in its hand.
is that
So
Richard
as a child,
Lehman? Was that Richard
I
Lehman? Is
don't
that the
know.
author, or maybe it's Dean Koontz? Sorry, it sounds familiar. It
It's
sounds
a
familiar.
awful book, and my brother and I were shit scared of it. And from that, I actually loathed dolls. And my mum bought me this massive doll. I must have been like 4. And I remember opening it and I just cried and bawled and was inconsolable because I associated it to this magic ventriloquist doll that I still hate ventriloquist dolls to this day. So dolls and I didn't gel. That's the first Christmas I ever remember. And then from there, um, mm, it took a few years. I think I was maybe 6 when I got my first Barbie, and then I got gems, and I used to love collecting.
Yeah.
Like gem is my
Right,
jam.
Gem and the Holograms.
Gem and the
I
holograms.
sorry, I'm a
Yeah.
Misfits fan.
Oh, Stormer was my favorite. So Stormer from the Misfits because she was really kind. Um, but also like growing up, so I have a brother who's a year younger than me, and so he was into like Motu, Masters of the Universe, and Star Wars and GI Joes, and so we used to play together and rearrange as GI Joes. We collected cards together, rubbers. We had massive rubber and sticker collections, and I think when I was about 5 or 6, the Gremlins movie came out.
Yeah,
And my mum used to buy me a packet of Gremlins cards like every few days. I didn't
yeah,
realize that that's where my love of trading cards came from.
yeah. That's probably what in wax packs as well.
Yes.
With bubble gum,
Yep. And I've
which
still got all those cards.
yeah. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, and some of those were made locally too, because I remember buying GI
Really?
Joe. Yeah, some of them through a company called Regina did a lot of. Yeah, they were
Yes.
published under license in New Zealand. Often,
Wow.
some of them, not all of them. And I'm finding out about stickers and trading cards in New Zealand. Mr. Glasgow's book has just come out. Matt Glasgow's book on stickers and new
Oh,
Star Wars cards and
yeah.
stickers through the 80s and 90s. He's got a book out, which I've got a little video coming soon, and hopefully Matt might be a future interviewee
That'd be
on
cool.
this. But yeah, no, those cards, yeah, I have fond memories. Mainly GI Joe cards. GI Joe cards are what I remember because my mum used to shop at a place called the AWL, or the Associated Wholesalers, which is like a big wholesale place. So you could buy, a whole box of the GI Joe cards.
She used to buy a whole box.
Yeah, well, it was birthday. It was a birthday present. But it was yeah, a
Whoa.
whole box, not a case. Like, we buy cases of cards now. But
Yeah.
in
Now
those
we're
days,
Adam.
just
We've got
yeah,
money.
yeah, exactly. So, did you continue like from childhood through to teenage years? Did you still collect, or did it fade, or
I s- I continue to collect cards. So I've still got my garbage gang, garbage pail kids. I've got so many different cards. Definitely. I think when I was about 11, I sold all my dolls at a garage sale um, to my auntie actually, and I got a really good price for them. But no, I didn't collect. I sort of turned into a naughty teenager who got into other things. And it's only really been so I try not to collect. I do collect gem and the holograms. I collect flesh and blood cards. I've got folders and folders and folders and folders of those. And some slabbed cards, and I've got some My Little Ponies, some modern ones.
Mhm.
But because my business is to try and sell them, if I was to start collecting all the things that I wanted and liked, I wouldn't have business.
So
That's a
you're rock
reality.
solid. You're rock solid when that particular because I know you talk very enthusiastically and lovingly about all the figures that you put up. But are you rock solid? Has something like because yeah, as you said, you buy mainly overseas, but some locally.
Yep.
Has stuff gone into the shelf, or are you not a user? What's that? You can't get high on your own supply.
Can't get high on my own supply. A gem in the hologram stole has, only because it hasn't sold. So that has made its way into my collection. And for Christmas, I asked my family and friends to get me My Little Ponies and stuff I want. So I'm not taking out of my own supply. I'm just looking around me at everything I'm surrounded by. But I'm pretty steadfast because I know that once I start, if I start picking stuff out, because I really love Care Bears too,
Yeah,
I would end up with nothing. I've got boxes full of them, but I'm not a hoarder. My family thinks I'm a hoarder because I've got a lot of stuff, but
yeah.
yeah.
That's right. I've seen your sales post where you say, I've got to get rid of some of this stuff because it takes up too much room,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So like, how did the business, like, what were your kind of first steps on setting up the business? Because you made that change. You're like, I'm not going to do a boring job anymore. I'm going to do something I like. But like, how did you, yeah, turn that into? Because yeah, it is a reality now. How did you turn that? What were the first steps of getting the business started?
Good question. So community, creating a community was probably one of the biggest steps for me. So obviously stock is important. I had some already. I didn't have a lot, but and I'm a big community type person, which you probably know from Flesh and Blood. Love people. So I set up a Facebook group and I just started, I don't know, posting. I got my friends and family in there. I
Hmm.
went in. So what people don't know, which I will probably post about and do some videos about, is the amount of time and energy and effort that goes into finding all the stuff that I bring to New Zealand. I spend hours and hours every single day. I'm looking on different sites, auction sites, talking to suppliers, trying to find new suppliers, and handpicking and curating everything that I bring in. So a lot of the early days, and even now I still do it. I have to do it every day to bring stuff in, as I'm looking for places to purchase and wheeling and dealing, which is one of the
Yeah.
things I love about the business. So I guess there was that stock, creating the community. I'd also been watching what had been happening out in the market.
Hmm.
So to see what people were buying, what people liked, sort of what prices looked like in New Zealand, because it's very different. Pricing here is very different to overseas. Like in the States, things are so cheap because they've got tens of thousands of them. We just don't have them here.
Yeah, you can go any weekend in the US to a toy fair somewhere
Oh my
and get a deal,
goodness.
but like, you can't do that here. There's just
No,
not the history.
no, there's not. And all the population. And to bring stuff in, you're paying a lot, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to bring a box in. Um, so I guess that was sort of the genesis, and then the business has grown since then. Primarily, I'd say, I don't know, 70% of my sales go through my Facebook group, which is a testament to the community that I guess I've grown and the awesome customers that I have that have stuck by me. I do some direct sales, and I have a Trade Me store that's been around for about 3 months, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm about to launch a website, so that's probably about a month away because I've got to stock take everything. But I'm looking forward to that because then it offers people the opportunity to buy stuff 24/7, and you can see all of my stock instead of like 2% of it in my Facebook group. I've
Yeah.
got thousands and thousands and thousands of toys.
Yeah. For those that don't know, I do bug Melanie on a regular basis. Or like,
Good.
I'm like, did you have this? Do you know about this? This kind of stuff. But I assume yeah, it's not just me. Probably get a lot of messages today. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
website sounds exciting because yeah, at 11:30 at night, it's rude to message you where I can just go on the website and browse in bed. So yeah, retail, that sounds exciting. What about can people rock up to the Casa de Melody and knock on your door and come have a look? Is there a plan to do? Would you do a physical store?
I don't think I would.
Hmm.
I have thought about it. I've been looking at property in Tauranga, but Tauranga is a ghost town and it's absolutely terrible. And I doubt I'd get any foot traffic. And then the my biggest thing is everything's usually in disarray, Ellen. I need to organize myself better. So people would come over and be like, oh my God, I don't know where to look. And like the only things that are really visible that you can look and touch my dolls,
Hmm.
because I've got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes high of like Star Wars,
Yeah.
and so it's a matter of having to pull stuff out. I would like to. I might do maybe one, I don't know, 1 or 2 weekends a year
Garage
where
sale.
people, well, yeah, like with my website, and you're the first to know, and anyone that's watching this is I'm only ever going to run one sale a year with Melody Likes on my website. I don't usually run sales
Hmm.
ever. So when I run my sale, it's going to be a big sale.
All right, you heard
So
it.
that,
You heard
yeah,
it here
yeah.
first.
So that's something to look forward to. I haven't figured out what part of the year it will be, but I very rarely put stuff on special. I will do deals for people if they're buying a lot or if they're regular customers and stuff. Um, but yeah, so that's prompted an idea. Maybe I could open up the Melody Likes Lounge
Hmm.
once or twice a year. I don't know if anyone
To
would
make
come. Would anyone come?
the pilgrimage to Tauranga. It's not that
Yeah.
long a trip. We've done the pilgrimage to Taupo for the Taupo
Yes.
collectible show. We can make
Yeah.
the pilgrimage to Tauranga
Yep. Bring the
for
kids.
a live event. Yeah. So look, and conventions. So conventions, are they becoming a like a decent part of a business, or are they sporadic? Like, I mean, obviously they're a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah, what are they like? And obviously, yeah, you're a major sponsor of the retro event, which is pretty
Yeah.
much becoming the biggest, well, the event for people that don't want to go to Armageddon, since Armageddon's not really about getting cool stuff anymore.
No, it's changed quite a lot. But so what's your question about? Sorry, Alan.
Oh, sorry. Good point. No, yeah, just yeah, conventions. How much of a part of that of how much a part of that is a business? Like, how profitable they are, they take a lot of resource. Yeah. What do you think of conventions and what's going to be your presence at events?
So I love events. I've only ever done the retro event in Auckland twice a year. I think I've done three now. I'll be doing two a year for the next 4 years because I'm a sponsor.
Hmm.
Um, I love the events because you get to meet people in person. So there's so many customers that I've never met before that I get to meet. Um, and new customers, friends, vendors. Um, I think that the very first event I did with a retro, which was in South Auckland, was my most profitable. Um, it had, well, I think I only had 3 tables, but sold a shit ton. Whereas the two events after that, which have been on the North Shore, haven't been as profitable at all. But I think it's good to have a presence, and especially in person because you only ever see me like here in interviews.
Hmm.
I don't really post videos of myself. Like I talk a lot online and stuff like that. But to actually meet people and get to know people, I think that's really important. I'm not a faceless organization. I'm not to say Mighty Apers, but they're a big business that I don't know who owns Mighty Ape. Actually, I do. It's Kogan, but I don't
Yeah.
know who owns Kogan.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and so I've definitely got plans. So next year I'll be going to Topol, so I'll be there. Really looking forward to that. That's something that's closer to home. I think there'll be a
Mm.
different vibe there. And I'm going to do a card show in Tauranga. It's our first ever community type card
Okay.
show. That is the 6th of September, I think. That's just down the road too. I live close to Bethlehem, so it's at the hall.
There is a
Um,
busy schedule of events coming up between Armageddon's, the retro show. There's a Taranaki collectible show coming
yes.
up, so there's quite a bit on before the end of the year.
Yep. There is, and there's the Auckland Community Card Show as well. There's heaps going on. So I'm I really have to pick and choose. Like I wouldn't go further than Taupo, simply because for everyone at home who doesn't know, I live in Tauranga, and to get to Auckland, we leave at about 2:30 in the morning. It takes weeks beforehand to prepare. We fill up the biggest horse float that is available, and then I take my family and my best friend with me. We go up, and we don't get home till about 9 o'clock at night. So we start at 2:30, get home at about 9, and we are smashed for like 3 days after that. We're not
Hmm.
young bucks anymore, Alan.
Yeah, those shows are those. Yeah, tell me about. We just had the double calling at the Auckland
Yeah.
Card Show, and I was so glad. I mean, I kind of miss it. Also, I kind of don't miss it. I do miss, yeah, I do miss the hub and bub of those shows. But you are wrecked. Yeah,
Yep.
you're wrecked for, and if you don't get sick, con flu,
Oh.
convention flu
Mm.
is a
Yep.
real thing. So, all right, well, look, that's really good. Look, I don't have any other questions for you right now, except let's fire off. I'm going to ask you for your kind of top five toys or toy lines. What are your You don't have to do it
Ooh.
exactly in order. You can do it, but what are your, I mean, yeah,
Is this
what are
me
your top five?
personally,
Yeah,
or is
you
this
personally.
flat
Yeah.
out me personally? Okay, top five toy lamps. Gem and the holograms.
Hmm.
Number one. It's the line, not the actual toy itself, right?
You can tell to it. This is easy. I'm not holding you to it. You can just say all
Okay,
the gem
okay.
of holograms, but if there's one thing,
A gem and the holograms. Godzilla. I love Godzilla so
Yep.
much. And the old school Godzillas. Barbie, Masters of the Universe, and Star Wars. Those are my favorites.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, Melody. Look, we'll probably get you on the channel again, or hopefully, yeah, because you weren't well. You were going to be at the Taupo show, and I was like, oh, we can get you on video on
Yeah.
the Taupo show, but that didn't work out. But it's good to hear you're going to be at the next one because I've already booked that one in, and Story Circle Toys will be at the retro event. Well, as long as I get permission to film, I'm sure that's. I'll reach out to that. I'll reach out to Errol, which who I haven't met, but I know you know him quite well, so
Yep.
reach out to him. But yeah, good luck on the website. I'm hoping
Thank you.
I can get a little peek. I can do some testing on it because I think you
Yep.
have opened it up for people to well to get
I
some
have.
names.
You're one of them. I've
Yeah,
only selected four people, so you know now you are one of them. Yes.
that is cool. All right, cool. Well, look, I will have all of Melody's links to all of her Facebook groups. So I suggest you sign up to her groups, and they're great groups. Melody has like a notification channel for like sales and stuff that she puts up. And yeah, she doesn't bombard people, but she also has a lot of entertainment content on it as well. So it's well worth joining up into her groups. And yeah, hopefully when the website goes live, people can scout because I love love scouring websites. 11:30 in bed and
So
on
do
my
I.
iPad. That's very good. All right,
And there'll
thanks,
be
Melody.
Afterpay too, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't forget that. Well, yeah, but all the best deals are always on the Facebook page at the moment. As
They are.
that's
They
definitely
always
so.
probably will be because they're all my loyal customers, you
Yeah,
guys. So I want you guys to get the best deals first.
yeah, and you see them there first as well. And Melody, yeah, yeah. If you're on Melody's good side, she's always willing to. There's a few things that you've held over for me and stuff like that that I've been appreciative of. So. Okay, all right. Well, guys, thank you for watching. This is my first and well, longest and first video. Drop a like, a subscribe, or a comment. We'll see you on Story Circle Toys next week.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone.
Melody. Bye, guys.